Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing how to prepare mutton chukka. This chukka would be very tasty. At the same time, it's very simple. For all that, what you have to do is that just do some dry roast over the ingredients. That would be more than sufficient to get out this tastiest chukka. That we would require these items which I've taken: patta, lavang, ilach, som 1 spoon, dhania 1 spoon, pepper 1.5 spoon, jeera 1 spoon, and red chilies, which is about 5 to 6 in number. For that, I've taken a pan and I've added all of these ingredients and I'm roasting them. And this is a dry roast. If you add the oil, that might hamper it. So I just want you all to do the dry roast by having it on the low flame. So once you see the smokes coming out, that is the stage it's understood that these particular ingredients have been roasted good. So now once it is cooled down, you can transfer that to the jar and you can ensure that these powders can be grinded in two ways. One, if you want it fine powder, you can go ahead and do that, or if you wanted to have a coarse powder, you can do that. But in today's video, I'll be doing it as a fine powder because that would be the one which would be more, a, a taste giver in terms of chukka. But it depends on one's own taste and preferences, so as per that you can adjust that. So here is how we have got the powder, and this would be about like 5 to 6 spoons. But for the half a kg mutton what I'll be using, I would be requiring just around 2 to 2.5 spoon. So that would be my quantity for the chukka what I'm doing today. For that, what I've taken is I've taken a pan and I'm adding enough oil to it, and once the oil is added on, I'll allow it to heat for about 50 to 60 seconds, and then I'm adding 1.5 onion which is sliced, and then I'll be giving a saute to it. So at this stage I'm not adding any salt because there's no much of work to be done out here. So as it is little half cooked, you can start adding the other ingredients. So here I'm not doing roast with regard to the onions. So now I'll be adding 1.5 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. In my ginger garlic paste, I usually add salt to it. So you can ensure whether if you're adding salt to it, you can balance it, because salt might give a good dish or it might spoil the dish as well. So you can just have a look over it. And now I'm giving a good saute because I don't want it to get burnt underneath. So you can saute it well, and once this is done, you can add 1 tomato to it. So if people want it a little more gravier type, you can add 1.5, but don't do in excess, like more than 1.5. It will not be good enough because this is chukka. So therefore I'm adding just 1 tomato and I'm allowing it to get a little cooked, and I don't want to get smashed because this one does not require any smashy kind. So if it is half cooked, that would be more than sufficient. So once this is, if you see here, there it is actually discharging the oil. Once the oil is getting discharged and if it is half cooked, I've taken a half a kg of mutton, and to the mutton I've added quarter teaspoon of pepper, salt, and then the turmeric, and I've boiled it for about 6 whistles, and after it is cooled down, I'm adding into the masala. So I'm just giving it a good stir with regard to the items and the mutton. So you should know that the mutton, how much you want the softness, or if you want it to be a little raw cooked, you can plan accordingly. So here it is a soft mutton is what I've whistled it good, and I'm stirring it. Now the powder which we have dry roasted it, that powder need to be added at this stage, and for about like 2.5 teaspoon as I told you all. But if you want more than that, like 3 teaspoon, you can go ahead and add it, but ensure that more than 3 teaspoons might dominate the entire chukka, so you will not feel like eating because it has a very strong aroma as well. So that aroma might some people might like it and some might not, so just take care of that. And once I'm giving a good saute of it, you can see that the pan, it's already has that catchiness towards it because of all the masalas what we have added, and this might increase the taste for the people who wants it a complete dry. But in my case, I don't want it to be too dry. I want it a little liquidy kind, not a liquidy but a saucy kind. So that what I've done is I've taken the leftover mutton stock. So I've taken like almost like half a cup of that stock and I've added to it, so that you can see that it's getting mixed up and it's not that watery and it's not that tight as well. So it is having a good texture as of now. So for it I'm adding salt. As I already told you, the mutton has a salt and my ginger garlic paste also has a salt. Therefore I'm adjusting the salt and I'm added as per my requirement. And the water, that is the stock what I've added, it is dried up a little, and now if you see that the entire pan is full of a little greasy, as well as it has that oil which is getting discharged. At this time I'll be adding the kasturi methi, and this kasturi methi can be again given a good salt so that even that can get a little cooked, so that it starts discharging its flavor as well. So once this is done, you can give it a good stir to it, and ensure that if you want it a chukka kind, do it a dry roast. If you want it a kind of a smoothie sauce kind, you can keep the same. So this is how is the final output of the chukka. It takes just like 15 minutes if all the items is ready, and therefore our final output of the chukka is ready. So since I didn't had any coriander at home, I could not add them. If you have the coriander, just garnish and your chukka would be ready. So hope you like my video. If so, kindly share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and you can also hit that like button. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.